Good morning. Happy Saturday, y'all. It's Saturday, October, I don't know, it's like October 20-something, or I honestly don't know what the date is. I know it's Saturday because I'm off. So I thought I'd give you the full update. This is going to be a long one, so if you guys just came for the sound clip, just, I guess, fast forward to the end. This is going to be more covering everything that I've done so far. Because a lot of people have just been asking me a whole bunch of different questions regarding everything that's been done, how I was able to do it, because everything on this car, hold on, let me get this damn hood up. Oh shit. Use the top of my head. Okay, there we go. Everything in this car has been done budget orientated. Everything budget. I got 3 daughters, married, bills. I ain't got that young man money. Or that old man, kids are in college or out of college, got their own kids' money. But everything is budget orientated, even down to the intake itself. This is a DC Sport intake. It was cut. I'm sorry, the intake itself was not cut. I bought this upgraded tube and just converted it. A lot of people were asking me about my cash can setup. Man, this right here, getting 2 to run independently on both valves, and considering the vacuum and the pressure that has to happen between those both valves, that one's a little tricky, because I've seen some people where they'll just run, if they run a single, they'll put like the baffle on top and you'll get a vacuum leak, or your engine won't fire right, or different valve covers or different heads will get more oil than others, and then they'll over pressurize or under pressurize, and you'll get oil leaks. So if you install an oil catch can, and maybe like a month later you start noticing oil in weird spots, like your tube, plug tubes and valve covers, and maybe that lower seal on the oil cooler, it might be your catch can setup and you're not using your vacuum line. And I know what people are thinking, because I thought the same thing. It's like, I want 0 oil going through my intake. And from what I've seen in all the fucking forums I've read, and everybody's 2 cents, and just a little over a year of running this system, you have to have the vacuum going in your oil catch can, and it has to run through the intake. That being said, there will be some oil vapors going through the intake itself. It won't be as bad as before, because if you have enough volume and each are running their own deal, like this gets its vacuum from the intake up here, and that just runs down here to this line. This line runs to the back of this valve cover, and there's a I don't know, plug, a little guy that you plug that hose into over there. Everybody knows how to do this side. There's no questions, really. Everyone's done this side already. Some people are hitting me up, why do you have 2 instead of 1? Because 1 just covers this side, and I get, because of this equalizer, that you're going to get some oil. You're going to get a lot of it, but however, it's all going to have to kind of exit out of this side. Now if you run it on this side, both, a lot of that oil doesn't have to travel all the way through here to come out. It'll just exit out here because it's got its own deal. So yeah, so far so good. I am seeing oil in both. Everything is running really well. I noticed I had weird issues all around, and it was between that and my old throttle body, which should have been swapped out, honestly, a long time ago. And let's see what else. I got a light on here. That's right. Oh, fucking state of the art shit. All right, so I did the little pulley delete deal there. No negative impact seen on that. That was a couple weeks ago. I had to tighten this belt up a couple times. Some people were asking me, how do you know how tight to get this without a tensioner? Also same for that belt down there. It's the 180 twist test. You twist it, and if you like, it's pretty tight. It's set, right? So if you twist it, and as far as you can go is 180, that's how you know that's as tight as it should be. It should be pretty tight. A lot of people, I see people yanking on them, and when you pull on them, as a viewer, you can't really tell. You're like, oh, maybe the dude's just fucking weak, or maybe he's not pulling that hard. Let me tell you, this is tight. This is real tight, man. So for a 180, and that's just for this. I mean, that's for all belts, really. Just do a 180 twist. Ugh. You can't go much further without really almost tearing the belt, and that's how you know how tight it is. It took me so many pages of forum reading to catch an old mechanic to tell me that. He didn't even tell me. He probably told it to the group, and a whole bunch of know-it-alls disregarded it, but not this know-it-all. Oh, these coil packs, man. They're alright. Due to, like I said, my oil catch can setup, there was it caused some weird oil ventilation, just crankcase ventilation issues, and I sprung a valve cover leak back there, and I started getting oil in the tube wells. So it ended up costing me a couple of freaking coil packs, or maybe the valve cover gaskets was just time to go. So anyway, I swapped both those out, those valve cover gaskets, and I swapped out this valve cover. This valve cover was fine. That's all the old shit up there. But man, garage is a fucking mess. It's probably just I couldn't tell what that was. So much shit piled on top of shit. This is the brace. People were asking me about this. Probably that's still pretty solid. These all-wheel drive. That brace, I think, is the best place you could stick it. A lot of people are gonna argue with me about it. I don't give a fuck. Argue, but all right. So, 10 years Carpenters Union. When you want to stop something from going this way, right? You're gonna want to brace it like that. You're not gonna want to brace it where it's like that on an angle. You want it on a 45 brace, so it doesn't do this, right? Some people are saying stick it down here. Some people are saying freaking out of the way. Don't stick it right there. That's a solid fucking bolt, dude. This is an OEM bolt. So, and it's been on there almost a year. Hasn't shifted an inch. Fucking, it's got a little tiny itty bitty bit of shake in it, but that's fine. These all-wheel drive units, they kind of will rack that motor pretty good. So that brace takes the rack out. Takes it, you know, when it rocks. Again, all budget, man. Nothing in this engine bay was really expensive. Most expensive unit, I think, in the engine bay is the throttle body setup, which I was very impressed with. This is the CZP, still really clean because it's new, not even on there a week, maybe two, maybe a week. I bought this little sleeve here. It was black, so this is, it's like 75 millimeter, comes out to about 3 1/4 inch. So you just got to get that little adapter. You can force it, that's fine, should work. Whatever, I already told you about that. But I ported the hell out of this plenum, and I ported up here on those 6 guys, and I ported below down wherever those 3 come out. I did not port out the actual manifold portion. I want to, and whenever it comes off for new injectors, maybe I will. So, and I don't care what people say. I've come to realize that everybody's got something to say, and I will listen. I'll listen to what you say. I'm not gonna shit talk you, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna do it my way. Transmission oil, fluid. Somebody was asking about that. Let me turn this light back off. So, transmission fluid, man. This car has 160,000 miles. 62, 162, 63. That shit right there. If you focus, there you go. If you get your hands on the Matic J, that's what these cars originally rolled off the factory with. But why are you doing this weird focus thing now? Stop it. Okay. But I went 2 sessions with this. So at about 120,000, I did the 5-quart replace. It's easier than doing your oil change. Literally, it is literally easier than doing your oil change. You don't have to take a filter off. You literally just one bolt, dump the 5 quarts, put 5 quarts, 4 quarts, whatever, in that little hole. You guys, I mean, what the fuck? All right, so right there, you guys know. Just put it right in there. Watch the YouTube video on first starting it up and getting it into gears. Don't put your foot on the gas, whatever. Just put it in all to the gears. Keep your foot on the brake. So I did that at 120,000 miles. I rolled it. I drove it for about, approximately 40,000 miles, and I just replaced it. Man, it's running really, really good. So I believe this is an all-wheel drive system, obviously. The maximum capacity is like around 9 total quarts, 9.5 quarts for transmission fluid. So yeah, when you do 5 quarts, you're getting approximately a little over half. So if you do it twice, wait about 20, 30, 40,000 miles and do it again, you should be good after that, man. Your oil's not going to be your transmission, it's not even oil, it's fluid. The fluid's not going to be completely clean, but again, high mileage, you don't want it totally clean, you'll fuck it up. But it's running really well. I mean, shifting, it's running really, really good. What else I wanted to talk about? Oh, differential fluid. So I swapped out the diff fluid a while back. I mean, all fluids, everything in here, other than inside the crankcase, all that stock. The motor itself is just all bolt-ons, but all fluids, everything's been flush. New thermostat, new radiator, new fans, new hoses, all new belts, power steering fluid system has been flushed out. That's a whole system. It's not even a true flush. It's just taking a little suction cup, syringe, plunger, turkey squirter, whatever it is, and just getting that stuff out over and over. You just take it all the way out, fill it back up, run it for maybe a week, then you drain it all the way, you suck it back out, and you put new stuff in there. You do that about 3 times, and that's what they consider a flush. The coolant, it's been flushed like twice already. I know the coolant and everything is good. I use this coolant. Do what you want with your coolant, but this is the coolant I use. I like Valvoline. I've been reading about the Xerox for Asians. Fucking Asian shit. That's fine. I'm Asian, half Asian. But yeah, it's a Xerox. At least that's last I had read about it. And again, research before you bust your wrenches out. This was a nice little pickup. Took forever because I had to order it twice. First time it didn't show up. Really happy with the CZP setup. I felt that probably the most out of all my little bolt-ons, including the plenum spacer. Because I think it's like a choke point, right? That's your bottleneck. You open up your bottleneck a little bit, that's gonna make everything that you already have existing, especially with the exhaust, it just complements it, because that's kind of like your choke point. The HRs don't have to worry about that too much because there's 2 throttle bodies. That's literally no choke point there. And fucking HRs. No, I'm jelly. I want one. One day when I sell this. There's the exhaust. Let's see. Again, budget. Oh, let's see. There's those nasty. Is that? Okay, yep. So, those are cats. I want to get rid of those. Oh, man. Yeah, there's a lot of overspray on there. But it was painted black. It's a Bolzel unit. All painted black. It was, I sanded it. I grinded the welds. Because if you buy Bolzel, it's raw. But their bends are good. They're not that crimped metal. And it's really wide. It's like 2.5. Yeah, I know. 3 would have been optimal. It's a single all the way out. This is so much better than the stock. This is called a muffler, but the manual calls it a muffler, but it's more, I mean, yeah, it's like a resonator, whatever you want to call it. But compared to the existing, that guy up there, so much better. Sounds good too. We'll hear that here in a moment. But there's the Y pipe. It goes straight out to, I saw this guy post it yesterday. I was like, he's on that shit. That's right. HKS muffler. I did a hack job because the muffler shop was, they said it would be weeks before they could get me in. I was like, I don't have weeks. So it's a hack job, but you know, budget. And I know the muffler job would not have been expensive, but again, it's holding up. There's no leaks whatsoever. I took my time. You can't see it, but this right here is not part of the muffler. This is right here is actual bracket. You can see the, oh, there's the bolts up there. So you have clamped up there, sleeved on here real well. I bought the right size bracket. I bought the wrong one the first time. Jesus fucking dog. Holy shit, let this dog out. Come on, boo boo. I'm gonna get you some there. Go get you some. Alright, go follow me around. So yeah, that's it for the exhaust. It sounds good. Like real good with everything with the intake set up and ported plenum. I got a big ass Canon filter down there. It sounds real good, but not as good as this shit right there. Oh man, this is killing me too. I hate it. If you guys see this, I know. I'm sorry. I'm working on. I bought some trim shit from China. Oh, it was just garbage. It was that shit that just rolls and sticks on here. I was like, man, but I'm a fucking G, bro. I'm like super mega craftsman. I couldn't get it to work. I had a heat gun and freaking roller and fucking trying to swim. Oh man, I put it on there. Anyway, long story short, it just sucked. Sorry about that. Had a Amber Alert blow up my phone and totally cut my video off. Like, what the hell? Shut this up. Let's see. Anything else I want to cover here? Oh, that strut tower bar. I painted it. It's a Megan. It's all right. It's fine. It was cheap. It clears. Look, I still got plenty of clearance. Some people were like, "Oh, it won't clear the upper plenum." I was like, man, I mean, I don't know. My plenum's fine. Maybe you got a beast of a plenum, but I got room to grow. I got the spacer. I think it was like it's still on a little bigger than 3/8. Maybe that is a 3/8. I don't know. But it was like $100. It was chrome. I painted it blue. Didn't do a good paint job, but I didn't sand it or nothing. I guess I just didn't care that much. But no, well, I flushed the brake system out twice because I replaced all the calipers, all the brake pads, all the brakes, obviously. Replace the rotors. These rotors right here, I don't think people are slipping on these rotors right here. They're sleeping on it, I guess is what I meant to say. You know, there are those. Someone else had to educate me on them. And I had some drilled and slotted and the cheap ones. And I still got them back here. They're working fine, but that caliper's not nearly as big. And that's a new caliper. Sorry, I got overspray on it. But these rotors, they're whatever coated where they're frozen. And then they dip them in that shit. And man, those rotors right there, bro. I'll put a link in, or I'll put the name of them in the comments. They're really good rotors. I like them a lot. And I got them with them power stop pads. It's lowered. I got them on those Tane springs. Let's see. I noticed some guys were, their G35 sedans were squatting too much in the back, so I read in some forums people were sticking these isolators in there to help give them that little bit of lift, and I think it's worked out well. It does make it a little tiny bit higher than I would like for the back, but they're on 20s and it feels really good back there. I wish the front was a little bit, I don't know, I guess squishy feeling, but it sits well. I like it. Well, let's start it up. Let's go over a little bit of this interior. Donut. Alright. 163,000. Oh shit, I didn't let you guys see this screen right here, boy. No, sorry. I got you it hooks up to a couple of these guys. 64 gigger USB 3. I got like a dozen movies and almost 6,000 songs. Alright, here it is. Cold start. Yeah, I'm gonna put this back here so y'all can hear it. But like I said, it's cold. Y'all, man, you guys got to get up on this. This is a pretty solid setup. It was like the double din kit itself, which includes just the stereo, it was less than $200. It's an Android. You could do all the Android tricks you would do on a normal Android, except it's just bigger and it's set up as a stereo. I'm gonna do it's a car friendly UI. It makes it look real nice. But this trim kit, and man, oh, let me show you some of this right here. Oh, there we go. This is pretty nice. I really like this shifter. So this was kind of a tricky guy to get it set just right, but it spins free, so I don't have to worry about it coming off or me spinning it off. Just push that motherfucker down and bam. Push down, bam. It works just fine. Sometimes it gets a little weird when putting it in park. Like you gotta slam it up there, get that key out. That's fine. Whoa. But yeah, the shifter pretty legit, man. It was again, budget. 200 bucks. The shifter was like, I think it was like $19. This is the next project right here, is this dash. I'm gonna do the dash mat. It's like a dash cover specific. Anyway, it's like $200, right? So, and then before I slap it on, I'm gonna flock it black. And the flocking material is real cheap. I watched some videos on how to do it. I'm a pretty good craftsman. I think I could really knock it out of the park. And that's a little expensive for what I like, out of my range, what I'm comfortable with spending. But 163,000 miles. It's got this blinking airbag light, but I replaced this clock spring. It was good. Some people were saying theirs went out after a couple months. I think that's what's going on with mine. And there's some engine codes regarding this clock spring, but just really wanted to let y'all see this shifter. This shifter's legit, man. We're gonna head out back and give it a couple better exhaust clips, I guess. Let y'all get a good peek at it. Hey, if you see my boy out there, Manual Killer, you better recognize that dude's a straight up assassin. He's wrecking fools out there. He don't mess around. I'll see you, Manual Killer. If you see me on the street, take it easy, bro. Take it easy with me, man. I'm working too. I'm working automatics. We work with what we got, right? Yeah, but let me get you up good and shit with this outside. She's pretty clean though, man. She needs some tire wet on her. Get a better look at her from over here. That lip, I like it. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't get the chance to show you the oil cooler. Man, let me hit this light. Well, damn. I mean, it's kind of cool. You can kind of see that red peeking out, but it's in there. I got it stood up vertical. There she is. I got the brackets coming in from China. Right now, I just got it shot in with a couple self-tappers. It's headlights too, man. I replaced the bulbs too. Again, all budget orientated. If it's like the oil catch cans and everything, man. It's just all. I didn't go all out on anything on this car. Even the wheels, Facebook Marketplace, some guy had them on his truck, his F-150. It was 5x114, our size. I looked at these tires. These are Lionheart Z-rated tires. A little low here. I like to run them at 36. But, man, that motherfucker's clean. This sits a little high in that back, but I don't think I would change it. I could always take out those isolators, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. Because when it launches, you guys can, man, and I put this House of Color clear, the show clear, and I mixed in some violet pearl, and at night, man, it pops real hard with that violet pearl. During the day, you can barely see it. You can't even see the metallic really during the day, but it's just that soft blue. All right, let's give it some riffs. Man, I don't know. balls. I got balls. Damn. Well, this is what that should be. Alright, there we go. Oh, damn. Oh, I gotta check this out. There we go. Get these balls out of the way. Well, that's it.